I'm sorry, but can somebody come on this app and tell me that Kamala Harris didn't predict all the shit that's going on right now? Can you tell me honestly that that woman did not warn us that where we are right now was where we were going to be if we elected Donald Trump? The jobs numbers just came out. 22,000 jobs added. 360 million people. We added 22,000 jobs. That's even softer than soft. Like, we are headed for a recession. The tariffs are crippling us. We are on the brink of war with several countries. Donald Trump and the Epstein list are raging in the news. Can you tell me what Kamala Harris was wrong about? All you people who didn't want a strong black lady in office, God damn it. Like, I don't know what else to say. You wanted to vote against Kamala Harris because she was what? Black? Because she was what? A woman? And now we're left with an old, wrinkled orange bag of garbage who is sinking this country into an ever-loving recession. Like, shit, the prices are just going up and up and up. So many people wanted to bitch about prices and say, oh, I don't like Biden because of the prices. I'm voting for Trump. What prices have gone down? Because I'm looking at the prices of meat, I'm looking at the prices of coffee, I'm looking at the prices of everything, and they have skyrocketed. American businesses are suffering because of tariffs. People can't afford to buy homes. Childcare, astronomical. I don't understand what you could tell me right now that has been better, because Donald Trump is now our president and Kamala Harris warned us of every single thing. So if you voted for Kamala Harris, thank you. If you voted for Donald Trump,
Hey, American Sign Language interpreter here. Now that Kamala Harris's name is in the news cycle 24/7, the deaf community as well as us as interpreters need to be able to talk about her without fingerspelling her name each and every time. So back, I believe, when she was added to the ticket as vice president, a group of deaf, Black, and deaf Asian women got together, formed a committee, and had a discussion about the most appropriate name sign for her. And I think it's really beautiful. It's a variation of the lotus flower, which is what Kamala means in Sanskrit, as well as the number 3, which are the 3 glass ceilings that she had broken, one being the first female vice president, 2, the first female vice president of color, and 3, the first female vice president who is Indian. So the sign is... that's a sign for VP Harris. Now, I will say always defer to a deaf person. So if you meet a deaf person and they sign something different, honor that, respect that. But the universal sign, from my understanding, is...
I need y'all to watch this and take it from Kamala Harris. Wow. We need to recognize when we being played.
And so we need to recognize when we're being played. But I'm black. Yes. And I'm proud of being black. Absolutely. And I was born black. I will die black. And I'm proud of being black. And I'm not going to make any excuses for anybody.
I stand before you as the first candidate for Vice President of the United States of South Asian descent.
Okay, so what we're going to cook today is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because you are Indian.
Yes.
Okay, and I don't know that everybody knows that, but I find that wherever I go and I see Indian people at the supermarket, on the street, everyone's like, you know, Kamala Harris is Indian, right? It's like our thing we're so excited about to have you running for president.
Yeah.
So we're both Indian,
yes,
but actually we're both South Indian.
Yes. You look like the entire one half of my family.
Okay, thank you.
You do.
I've been telling people.
And we got Quavo up here in a lace long sleeve calling her African American. But hey.
Or as my friend Quavo would say, he does not walk it like he talks it.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
Y'all voted in this Cheeto Puff McShit-sing clown car of a fucking administration because Kamala Harris laughed too much. She had joy. God forbid. She had word salad. They said, no, bitch, that's a cohesive, complete thought. She was coherent. She could speak in full sentences. I am sorry that it is above your education level. I don't know if you all can read past a 4th grade fucking level, or if you ever played Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader, but I don't think you are. Look at the shit we were in. Pete Hegseth got on stage bouncing around like a drunk fucking frat boy, waiting for applause after his sexist and disgusting stupid comments. Dead silence. You know why? Because they're dealing with the top fucking leaders of the United States military, bitch. They're actually qualified, bitch. They know what the fuck they're doing, bitch. Pete Hegseth, you're doing the fucking gritty at a fucking baseball game because you are a bitch. This is the most embarrassing fucking timeline for the United States of fucking America. All because you were afraid of an educated black woman that laughed.
So in an alternate universe, Kamala Harris has won. But nobody really knows it because Donald Trump cheated with the help of Elon Musk. So Kamala figures this out pretty quickly, but she also figures out that she can't just sweep in and depose him because of the political situation. Because the billionaires control social media, which means that they control what most people see and consume as information these days. And the billionaires helped Trump do it. So she has to wait, you know? She has to wait until it becomes apparent that the billionaires are destroying the country, that Trump is destroying the country. So every time Trump fires someone from the intelligence community or from the military, she consolidates that power, and eventually she has enough momentum that she swoops in, she deposes Trump, she arrests him. And it becomes apparent that he has made billions of dollars grifting his followers along with Elon Musk. So she takes all of their billions upon billions of dollars and she applies it to the national debt. And this essentially wipes out the national debt, which is what Republicans are saying that they wanted in the first place. And so the Republicans can't really be that mad about it, like publicly, because it's also like the rule of law and seizing assets from criminals, which Republicans are also super into, theoretically. And Kamala is a prosecutor, so she has all the receipts, you know. She tells everyone gets sent all of the crimes that have been committed against them with their privacy violations by Elon and by Trump. So she shows every American that Trump and Elon Musk were stealing from them directly and specifically. And so everyone is mad at Donald Trump and Elon Musk, even if they liked them, theoretically. Anyway, I know that's not actually happening, but it would be cool.
Kamala Harris was right about everything.
He will target and punish those who disagree with him or refuse to bend to his will. He calls these Americans the enemy within and says that he would use the American military to go after American citizens. Journalists whose stories he doesn't like, nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him, judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core. And it is clear Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged and will stop at nothing to claim unchecked power for himself.
The right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States.
I want you to save this video because when Kamala Harris destroys Donald Trump on November 5th, MAGA is invariably going to cry foul. They're going to point to all the polls that have shown Trump in the lead or tied. They're going to point to Polymarket and other betting sites that showed Trump with like a 60% chance to win. They're going to point to all this stuff, most of which is bogus. But I want you to do is to save this video and other videos from your favorite creators so that you can show them that we have been telling you for the last month plus that Kamala Harris is going to win this race and she is going to beat Donald Trump. We have been beating that drum over and over and over again.
providing statistics, facts, real voting data, things of that nature on a consistent basis. I want you to be able to show them and say, look, this didn't come out of nowhere. You were just receiving your news from your echo chamber that told you the wrong things over and over again, and all you did was parrot them. But people on this app, on Twitter, on wherever you get your information and news via social media, have been saying the same thing consistently for the last month to 2 months. So save this so that you can go back and you can say, look, we knew this was coming. This did not come out of the blue. This is not because of foul play. She is the better candidate. Donald Trump is so flawed, and we knew he was going to get his ass kicked on November 5th. So bookmark it so you can come back and shove it in their face and say, look, we knew this was coming all along.
So I just finished reading 107 Days, and it's got me rethinking why Kamala lost the election. Hear me out. The reasoning in her book is that she wasn't given enough time for people to get to know her or her policies. But I think the reason she lost was because of her policies. Hear me out. This was the closest presidential election in U.S. history, which tells us that her voter base was fully mobilized. If lack of exposure were the issue, undecided voters should have remained high until Election Day. But polling actually revealed that most voters had already formed opinions on her favorability and her policies early in her campaign, meaning the slim margin was caused by deep disagreement on her policy rather than the shortened length of her campaign. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because in her book, she doubled down on the very policy that polarized her voter base. So if she does run again in 2028, it's unlikely that she'll change her stance. I will still vote for her because I'm not stupid, but it is disappointing that she refuses to acknowledge that her policy is what divided her voter base.
Establishment Democrats have this unique power where every time they open their mouths, I like them less, way less. And that's especially true with Kamala Harris. So Kamala's doing the rounds, interviews, just released a book. It looks like she's trying to get ready for her 2028 run, which hopefully doesn't happen, inshallah. So she's talking with Rachel Maddow, I think, and she decides to refer to Donald Trump as a communist dictator. A communist. She doesn't call him a fascist. She doesn't call him a Nazi. She calls him a communist. This is what politics in America is. There are no left-wing parties in this country. We have two right-wing parties pointing the finger at each other, calling each other communists. And don't get me started on her weak-ass answer on supporting Zohran Mamdani. A literal democratic socialist is going to become the mayor of New York City, the biggest and greatest city in America. And she's like, I support him because he's the Democratic nominee. Oh, have you talked to him? What do you like about him? I don't know, he's a Democrat, so whatever. She can never give a straight answer about anything. I'm starting to think, no matter how much time she had against Trump, I don't think she could have won. She's too much of a corporate dem. She's more to the right than Joe Biden is. It wouldn't have been possible. I really hope she doesn't run.